Hello everybody, Helcrex here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from Inner Sphere, episode 438. And today we're going to be talking about the Firefly that's found in the, well, Star League era, the Succession Wars era, Clan era, you name it. It's been around for a while. It's one of those ones that kind of falls through the cracks every once in a while. He actually pops out on the other side. Now, if you are a Wolf's Dragoon player, you probably recognize this thing because it's one of the light mechs that's found in the lineup on a regular basis because, well, they brought it with them from, well, Clan Space when they came in way early in their career. Not as many left by the time the clan showed up, but, you know, it's one of those things. Now, the Firefly is a 584 standard mech. It's 30 tons, has 10 standard heat sinks on board, which isn't too bad. It has 104 points of armor, or 6.5 tons of slab armor, standard. And, well, with all that, it's not badly protected for a 30-tonner. I think what 35 is what 128, I think it is. So it's a little bit short of maximum, so that's not too bad. So it's well protected, has a standard engine. Now, weapon system with the 4B or not to 4B, that is the question. All right, we have a medium laser in the center torso, a medium laser in the right torso and left torso. We have an LRM-5 in the right torso. That's your long-range firepower. And then we have an anti-missile system in the left arm for doing the work. Now, if you're looking at playing during the Star League era, there you go. You have an anti-missile system. If you're playing during the Clan Succession Wars or Clan Invasion War time era, once again, you could have the anti-missile system. Now, it also comes with case in the left torso for taking care of that ammo, which is, well, the anti-missile system and the LRM-5. And then we have jump jets in the right and left leg, so 2 each. There you go. Not bad for something that comes in with a battle value of 870. So it not expensive. When it comes to a light mech. 5.8, 4 isn't really fast for a light mech. So, but during the Succession Wars, it's not necessarily a drawback. If you're playing in the Succession Wars, something of this nature is pretty standard. You know, you're looking at a lot of 5.8 moving medium mechs and some even light mechs or 5.8. You know, you're looking at, was it the Thorn? And was it the Valkyrie? Yeah, that's, you know, pretty standard when it comes to a lot of the light mechs. They're not speed demons. Now, if you really want a speed demon, then you start looking at taking out Jenners and Locusts. You know, then you got something that's got some speed to it. But that comes usually at expense of armor. Now, weapon systems on board, you get some good firepower. You got the LRM-5 on board, which allows you to do a little bit of plink damage. Most likely, it's about 3 points damage on average. Now, if you're fighting off against lights and mediums, a 3-point shot here and there can take off a lot of armor, especially off a light mech. And that's almost has a chance to start punching holes in them at some distance. And then when you get in close, you have those 3 medium lasers. 3 medium lasers on a light mech hitting another light mech can really tear a hole in them pretty quickly. And especially if you focused all down and say it all hit the same spot, then that spot's probably going to be gone, most likely. And if you're wolf packing this up with some other light mechs, then you can tear down something pretty quickly. So there's that. Now, you do have the jump jets, which give you the ability to get pretty much, it's mostly for getting over terrain, over objects and other whatnot. So yeah, that's works in your favor in some ways. Helps with the mobility to some extent. Now, if you do get into close quarters where you're facing off against somebody, you can possibly jump in behind them and then hit them with some medium, not medium, but your small lasers. You have, or in this case, you don't have any small lasers. With this one, the small lasers come from when you get rid of that anti-missile system. In case that in the next version, then you have a bunch of medium lasers. But in this case, you can jump 4 and fire 2 medium lasers and not worry about heat. It's when you throw in the third one that pops you over that up to 3 threshold, which isn't bad because you're still under that heat threshold of 4, so you're not having any detrimental effects from heat by slowing you down. As you well know, a light mech that slows down is a dead light mech because it's easier to hit them and tear them a new one. So there you got that for you. Now, there's a couple other versions of this. Well, actually, there's quite a few versions of this mech. You have the 3A version. Now, this is more of the Succession Wars style mech. It comes in at $797. You don't have the anti-missile system, but you do have tag on board. You still have the case, but now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 small lasers with you and tag, and then you have your 3 medium lasers and LRM5. So you do have some capabilities still in the same category, just throwing out a 5 points, 1 to 5, points of damage, depending on how well you hit with that LRM5, if you hit at all. Then when you get in closer, you can start punching in with the medium lasers. Now you could fire all 3, run, and that will put you 1 up on the threshold doing that with that. Or you can throw in the LRM5, and that will put you at the 3 threshold for heat. All right, so you can do that for a turn, then you got to do something to cool off, knock off some of that heat you have just collected so you're not slowing down. But if you get in close, then in this case, this has got to be the, this does have 10 double heat sinks. Okay, so you don't have to worry about heat at all with this one. Sorry about that. This would be the, what do you call it? Because it has the XL Fusion engine that comes with the Star League. There you go, Star League. Oh, it's a Star League Royal Mech. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So in this case, it does have the XL engines, and you have the 3 medium lasers, 4 small lasers, tag, and then you got 10 double heat sinks. So, I'm surprised. Why didn't they put on another jump jet on this thing? I would have got rid of 1 of those small lasers for a jump jet in my case. I would rather have it be able to jump 5. Make you a little bit more mobile at the expense of 1 small laser. But hey, that is what it is. Then we have the 4A. That previous one's a 3A. This one is your, if I remember right, this was the house state version of it. You do have 3 medium lasers. You have 4 small lasers. And the LRM5, you're at 584 still, and 10 standard heat sinks. Okay, with an LRM. So this is, looking at nothing fancy about it. Same style of fighting capability you had before, but you have to really watch the heat. While the previous one of the 3A, you didn't have to worry about the heat. This one you do. With your 10, this comes in at 831 battle value, which is interesting. The battle value is higher with this one compared to the Royal Mech version. Interesting. Things that make you go, wonder why. Then we have the 4B Firefly. All right, this one has the, this is the one we just talked about. So it's the kind of a Royal Mech. Then we have the 4C. Now, this one has a XL Fusion engine. It's still a 584. Okay, then we have 10 double heat sinks. Battle value comes in at 806. Then you have 3 medium pulse lasers, an LRM-5 with Artemis, and an anti-missile system. All right, so the odds are that you're going to get the 3, 4, or 5 points of damage with the LRM-5 when you do connect are highly likely because you got that Artemis on board with 1 ton of ammunition. So you do have quite a few turns of operation with that. 24, that's okay. More than plenty. Then with the 3 medium pulse lasers, that means you have to get within 6 to be able to connect up. But with the pulse lasers, yeah, you're countering your movement modifier of running around. So yeah, there's that. But at 806 battle value, that's not bad, you know, when you think about it. Now, personally, I probably would have gone with, instead of like the center torso with the medium pulse laser, I might have gone with, say, 2 standard medium lasers, just to give you something a little bit more distance and a little bit more firepower. You got the 10 double heat sinks. Let's just make use of all of them, you know, in that case. And in this case, you got 12, 14, 15, 19 most of the heat you create right now with it, if you get in close. Oh, there's that. So there's those. Let's look at the right up here. See, the 4C was the ComGuard version. Now that one comes with Indo Steel. There's a 4D version. This one came out of Outreach. This is Wolf Dragoon's version of it. It's like the 4C, but it has light fusion engine, Indo Steel, ferrofibers armor, and you got the LRM-5 with Artemis fire control, and it has ER medium lasers instead, and it has 12 double heat sinks. So heat-wise, you're looking at 3, 15, 17. It's not that hard. It's when it comes to heat output, not bad. And then you have the 4DA. This one replaces the anti-missile system and ammo with a Guardian ECM. So that comes at 921 battle value. Okay, so that one is a little useful for going in, especially if you're facing off against house with the C3 networks. That would be helpful for knocking those down. And if you're facing off against people that fire a lot of Artemis weapon system, that helps knock that Artemis down too. Then you got the 5A. This one's Wolf Dragoons commissioned the production of the 5A series. All right, the biggest change was mobility, so they upgraded it. All right, now you got a 6'9" movement. It has a partial wing system on board for increased distance when you do jump. And then you have the LRM-5 and anti-missile system, laser replaced with ER medium laser. And then it still has case. This comes at 996. That ain't bad. I could see that one being kind of useful, especially for keeping the speed up. Then we have the Firefly C. All right, this is the clan version. This comes in at 1290 for battle value. So, we bit expensive here. And this was used by the Wolf Dragoons and the clans. Basically, all the weapon systems on board. It has Indo Steel and 4 ER small lasers, 3 medium pulse lasers, and an SRM-2 launcher. So you do have something that shoots out a little bit, a good distance with the medium pulse lasers. So there's that. So the damage output's pretty decent. But, you know, they might have been better off with, instead of 4 ER small lasers, go with 2 of those and maybe an ER medium laser instead. And then if I'm running the SRM-2 launchers, I'm running Inferno on board with that. So hey, that's just the way I am. It's like I'd rather have something that's going to cook somebody's goose pretty goodly. So there it is. So that is the Firefly. All right, not a bad mech for the errors that they're pumped in. Usually, if you look at it just from the Succession Wars style versions of it, it's bog standard. Nothing cute about it. is just something that kind of falls into the lower end of the light mechs. I'd say it's almost a step up from the Panther, but you know, it's similar vein as the Valkyrie and the the Falcon, I think it is another one that kind of falls into that category. So really nothing fancy about it. So that's it. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share it to friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hellcracks out.